Good to see you all. How you doing? So we'll introduce ourselves, and then if you have any questions or anything. Is this on?
Is this on? Is this on?
Today is my birthday. And I'm sharing it with you. Okay, my name is Nakia Baris, and I play Tanya, the Yellow Ranger in Power Rangers Zeo and Turbo. Woohoo!
Guys, Allison Kipperman Sullivan. Say them all because I'm married now. You gotta represent, right?
Represent!
Your husband's last name. From Wild Horse.
How you doing, guys? My name is Jack Guzman, and I was the Black Ranger on Wild Force.
So if you guys have any questions for Power Rangers or anything else, or how the butterflies fly, I'm kidding. If you guys
She
have
knows
any,
it all.
you have any questions or anything, just raise your hand. Or we'll just be asking questions to ourselves.
Yeah.
We have a question right there. Can we, is there a way that we can give them a mic?
Let me see if I can get it.
Okay. Here, come use this one, little one,
Okay, that's fine.
until they,
Yeah, maybe we'll use like
okay,
one
here,
of
honey,
these.
here. There we go.
Does this come up?
He's like, no, no it does not.
Here, sweets. Here. Jack and I can share.
Okay, here we go.
What is your favorite part about being a Power Ranger?
Oh, there you go. Who are you asking, or all three of us?
All three of you.
Wow. Well, we'll let the ladies go first, right?
Really, after it being 15 years, I can say just getting to meet all of you guys and getting to talk about the Power Rangers, and just really getting to meet you guys, because I wouldn't have been able to meet such sweet, lovely people and share something this special. No show I have ever been on have I gotten this sweet treatment. So yeah, probably that. And getting to morph, because that's kind of fun too, right?
You know what? I love the fact that I was a superhero. I don't think many people can say that they were a superhero. So I've had arguments with my children who said, "Mom, you weren't a superhero." I was like, "Yes, I was. I morphed. I saved the world. I was yellow." So being on, no one could have told me 20 years ago that people would still remember my character. So the fact is that I'm going to piggyback on what Allison said, being able to travel the world and meet fans, and the appreciation and the love that you guys have shared with us and showed us has just been unbelievable. So just having that opportunity and being a part of the Power Ranger family, there's so many of us, but it's a blessing in itself.
And for me, basically everything they said, except that I wasn't as cool before I was a Power Ranger. And after I became a Power Ranger, I got kind of cool.
All right.
Even though you're wearing the Red Ranger, and that's the coolest one.
Yeah, we all know.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun, buddy. So thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, y'all can come up here.
You can make a line right over there, little muffins.
All right.
You can speak into the mic so everyone can hear you.
All right. This is for Tanya.
Yes.
How does it feel to work with when it was like Zeo? How did it feel with Jason, David Frank?
It was the question was, how did it feel to work with JDF? Who knows JDF? Of course, everybody. You know what? We had really, really great moments. It was like working with your brother, to be honest. You know, you have great moments, and there's other moments where you would just want to kill each other. But then I had a lot of, I grew a lot on the show. We became a true family. And when we do conventions, like I was with him in Raleigh actually a couple months ago, and he invited us to come to his panel, which was 1 million people, literally. But it was great. It was really, really great. It was like working with your brother, seriously. Yeah.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
I have another one for Danny Delgado.
Sure.
So how did it feel with all the Wild Force Rangers, especially Allison?
Oh no.
How did it feel to work with them?
Yeah.
That's a loaded.
It was awesome, man. I mean, like Nakia said, you become a family because we spend so much time together. You know, when we're working on the show, we basically shoot for anywhere from 10 to 14 hours a day. So we spend quite a lot of time together, and I think for all of us, it was our first time that we booked a major show. So it was really cool, man. It was a lot to take in. I think at the time we learned a lot as actors, and we've been lucky enough to continue to do it, you know, these 15 years later. And yeah, just a great experience. Very, very hard to put into words. And not hard working with this sexy lady next to me.
Plus, I'm your biggest fan.
What's that?
I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Especially Coed.
Okay, yeah, I'm a huge fan of him too.
Yeah, you worked with him actually.
Yes, man, he's a really good guy. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have another question here.
This is for the black and the yellow from Wild Force. What was the leader of the bad guy's name? I forgot his name.
The leader of the bad guys.
The leader of the bad
The
guys,
villain in your season.
I know his real name was Ilya.
I mean, like in the show.
I don't know on the show, man. It's been a long time.
Master Org.
There you go. Yes. Imagine, I've lost my hair. I forget a lot. I forgot.
The older you get, the less you remember.
But yes, Master Org.
He was scary, huh?
He had 3 eyes.
He had a lot. Yeah, he had one too many eyes, didn't he?
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Here comes the Red
Comes the
Ranger.
Red Ranger. There you go. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question for Nakia.
Yes.
How does it feel to become the first Zeo Yellow Ranger and Turbo Yellow Ranger?
Awesome!
Whatever. He's like, sure, yes, sir, I will do that, sure. And they had, Jonathan said, so Jack, is it okay with you if we hold you upside down and your head's kind of gonna get into this hole? And I'm sitting there going, do not do it, say no, say no, do not do this, please. And he was like, yes, of course. And now, don't listen to the blonde, and no one listens to the blonde. But now, you know, he's still handsome, right? But yeah, so that was fun, is like seeing my, you know, castmate and friend be like, yes, I will take one for the team. I will put my head in chemical ditch holes. Yeah.
Definitely took one for the team on that.
Yes, he did, and he's still paying for it to this day.
For myself, I think the in-between moments that you guys never got to see that were awesome for me was, at the time, I used to have that little Sony yellow cassette recorder listener thing, and I used to put on Ricky Martin and think that I could dance and sing. So in between shots, I'd be just... It was hilarious. You had to be there. I wish you guys could see it. It was really fun.
Did they ever record any of it? Like,
I don't think so.
No.
Nah.
That you know of.
Probably a good thing. It's probably a good
show up on YouTube. I think there were a lot of pranks played, especially on Catherine, the Pink Ranger in my season. So we were always laughing at that. They didn't really pull any on me. But I also enjoyed watching Johnny Young Bosch, because they'd say cut, and he literally would be like cut, and then you'll see Johnny running up a tree doing a backflip, swinging on pole. He's an amazing martial artist. It was so nice to see him with he does all these kind of tricks. He'd like literally run up the tree, do a backflip, and then we'd be back to filming again. Then they'd say cut, and then he has like a broom, and he's like spinning around the broom, doing a backflip, and we're just sitting there like, okay, you ready? Can we film now? You done? So there were a lot of
called parkour nowadays.
It is called parkour. Yeah. My son does parkour. Yeah.
And I have another question. What was your favorite episode to film on when you guys were filming on shows and all that?
That's easy. Never give up. That was my favorite episode.
Because that's yours.
Yes.
Probably team up with Time Force. those were really fun. The last two, so our, the season finales were really fun. And of course, the bare necessities, because I got to, wear a real G suit and sit in a real F-16, and that was pretty cool.
There were 2 episodes that I liked. Another Song and Dance. That's when JDF and I were hit with a spell where we couldn't speak. All we could do was sing. So we were singing opera the entire time. And Jason did not want to sing. He was terrified. And I was like, you don't have to sing on key or anything. You just sing. And then when he started, you could not stop. I kid you not. We would be behind. We'd be at the craft service table eating. He'd be like, Nakia, do you want this? And I'd be like, no. And it was fun. And the other one was also a singing episode. It was a song, Sun Yellow, where my character has to decide if she wants to remain a Power Ranger or if she wants to take a record contract. And, of course, I decided to continue to save the world. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come on up if you have questions. Just
Questions?
come,
Yeah.
come right over there. You can form a line.
Did you have a question, Hulk?
I saw a hand there too, darling. Okay.
Can you make a line now?
Yes.
There we go.
How did you get to meet the yellow and black Wild Force if you were in Turbo and Zeo? How did you get to meet them?
Question. Good question. I stalked him. I'm kidding. Conventions has been a blessing because you get to meet a lot of Rangers that you have never met before. That's pretty much that's how we met, right? But I met you before the order, yeah. So
I think Paramorphic.
there's a huge convention called Powermorphicon where it's all Power Rangers and it happens
Only Power
every other
Rangers.
year. And so
Los Angeles.
all of the Power Rangers, whatever season you are in, you all go there and then you all meet each other and then you do that, And then
All the villains, all
Yeah.
the good guys, bad guys.
So we met each
Everybody.
other there too. And then we're doing a movie called The Order.
And then we're doing a movie called The Order, which is all about. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
How many of you are familiar? All right. Woo, yes.
Chock
Yeah,
full of Power
the
Rangers.
order hat. I see that. It's been paused right now, but it is still going to happen. So it's all former Power Rangers, but it is just something special. You got to check it out. Check out the trailer if you haven't seen it, because we filmed a trailer for the Indiegogo. Good question. Thank you.
Yes. Which one for all 3 of you? Which one do you like better, Wild Force, Zeo, or Turbo?
They're all equally wonderful.
Good answer.
Wild Force.
Zeo.
I like Zeo.
Thank you.
You're gonna make them start fighting. I can't handle that. I gotta keep them separate.
I like Zeo and Turbo just because they were cool. I like them.
Thank you.
Keep rubbing it in.
Thanks a lot.
Turbo was at the time I like cars and
So the
Zeo
animals.
I just like
So the animals just didn't mean much, huh?
yeah. If all the Power Rangers, I would have to say Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair-
The original
fair enough.
series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything.
All
Just
right.
those 3. I would
The
say
original.
Turbo and
All right, we'll accept that.
Okay, what's your name?
Lucas.
Hi, Lucas.
What's it like to fight the bad guys?
Fun. Fun.
It's fun, especially when they're much bigger than you and you can still take them down. Right? That's really fun.
Yeah.
Fighting the forces of darkness is always great
Yes.
because good prevails.
So yes, a lot of fun.
It would have been a lot easier if I had muscles like you, though. That would have helped.
You're the bull.
Thank you for your question,
Thank you.
Lucas.
Thanks, Lucas.
Yes.
My name is Jesus. I was actually going to ask about the order, but
Yes.
since you guys already talked about it,
And your hat?
and my head.
Yes.
I actually saw Karen and David last week in Virginia.
Oh, cool.
And I've already met Johnny, and he did talk about that story about the tree jumping with JDF.
Yeah, they would pull some of their own stuff.
But my question, I guess, for all of you is, if you guys were a different color ranger and say you were the leader, what kind of team would you want? Like, who would you want from I guess the new or the original, who would you want on your team if you could redo it?
That's a very
That's
good
a really
question.
good question.
Well, I would like to be the Red Ranger, because that's always the coolest one. And as far as my team, I'd bring my entire Wild Force because they're my favorite. I don't like these other guys that much.
Forget you! I would probably have an all-girls team, to be honest. Thank you. Yeah, it would be all girls. And I would be, well, there's a couple colors that I really liked, because I'm thinking about the suit colors. Austin St. John, when he came back as in Zio and he was black and gold, I loved his suit. I also liked JDF's suit, the black and white, the white when he was a White Ranger, so I'd be either one of those. Sorry, I didn't choose.
That's fine.
And then I'd have an all-girls team. And I would definitely have Kat, and I'd have Karen. I'd have Miss Allison right here sitting on her side.
You can say that 'cause I-
And then I'd have Aaron Cahill.
Aw. Yeah, I mean, I think we would pick all of our friends. I mean, I'd have to bring these two because they're kind of badass.
Because we're sitting here,
Excuse my
though,
French. No, but excuse my French. I don't know, purple's my favorite color. I'd probably like to be purple.
Why not?
And as far as a team up, I mean, I'd probably pick like Allison McInnes too, and I'd probably pick Aaron, because Aaron Cahill's pretty badass, and Karen. I mean, I think there would probably be about 10 Rangers on my team, or 20 even. I think Jack might be the only guy though, because he's kind of like a girl. I mean, he's very sensitive. So
I am.
yeah, he is. Thank you for your question.
Hey, Nathan.
Hello. I got a question for Wild Force.
All right.
You see the episode of The Red Force Forever?
Yeah.
How?
We were really in that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see the Red Ranger very first time, never see it before my eyes. And the question is, how did you see it? The Red Team, the first time ever, the Wild Force episode.
Like, how do we see it? Like, in what context, or?
I think, again, it's, I saw it with a lot of jealousy, because I wanted to be the Red Ranger, and imagine they were all red, so I was very jealous that episode. Very jealous.
Picture all the Reds lined up there filming, each one thinking that they're the coolest one. It was pretty kind of funny to watch.
I heard about that.
It's like, I'm best one. No, I'm the best one. I'm the toughest. So it was kind of fun for us yellow and blacks to watch. The Reds kind of.
Were they in your season?
Lots of testosterone.
They were
flowing.
They did it during our season.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question.
Oh, I got another one.
Oh.
If I was a Power Ranger, what color you just to be? If I was a Power Ranger, who I could be?
Would you be?
Yeah.
I see you in blue. Blue was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue is a very, very popular color too, David. Yeah, blue Mighty Morphin. That's
How about
my
gold?
personal opinion. What color would you want to be?
Yeah.
I like to be the gold Power Ranger.
Oh,
Awesome. I got the gold vibe from you.
See?
And one last question. I want to say happy birthday to this girl.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do we have twins? Oh my gosh, you two are awesome. I wanted twins when I was first pregnant, but God knew to not answer that for me. So praise God to your mom, whoever she is. Woohoo! Okay, sorry.
What are your
Questions?
names? What are your names?
Kevin and David.
Oh my God.
Kevin and Devin, and you said it at the same time. Okay, sorry.
Smitten. Okay.
Was it tight in the suits? Was it tight in the suits?
Yes.
Was it?
Yes, Jesus.
Yes, too tight.
Especially after lunch.
Yes. So during filming, each day they have tables, and they have tables of food for us naughty food. Lots of candy, lots of cookies, lots of chips. We had this wonderful lady who would bake us cookies every day. So picture, we're filming for 9 months. Picture your suit fits one way the first month, and then by month 9, they've told you a few times, hey, you gotta be careful, your outfits are getting a little tight. But yes, so.
Yet they still serve you chips, cookies.
Yeah. I'm like, can you get us some, carrots and, I don't know.
I wouldn't have even eaten the carrots, I ain't even gonna lie. But yes, they were tight and sweaty. Yes, I ain't gonna lie about that. We would film out in the desert where it was like 100 and felt like 100.9 million degrees. So in spandex, in the desert, tight, you just picture that. Actually, don't picture that, because you might, yeah, tight.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question, twins.
Okay,
You're
this
awesome.
is for Wild Force. How did it feel to work with Time Force for from the Time Force episodes with all the Time Force Rangers? How did it feel?
I think it was super cool, man, because obviously they had done it already, and they were coming back and they already had a pretty good following, and they all thought they were pretty cool. So they passed on the coolness to us, I think. So no, but it was a lot of fun, and it was, we didn't get to do a reunion with the next people, so we had that to look, back and say that it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They were really nice.
And we've been filming for so long, just us, so it was nice to have some new Rangers come and sort of see how they fought and they did their thing.
So like a reunion from Time Force to Wild Force, something like that.
That's what we had.
Yeah. I think we filmed for a few weeks, so we got to really know them, and it was really fun to film.
How many
with them.
episodes did you do together? Two. Okay.
2, but they were pretty intense.
Parts.
Yeah.
All right, this is for the birthday girl.
Oh.
So, how did it feel to pass on your powers to Ashley, the Turbo and then Space Ranger?
It sucked. We cried the entire episode. I am not kidding. No, the way that it was all handled with us leaving the show, our season was the last season that they decided after our season that they were going to be changing
changing cast.
Yeah, changing cast ever. And we did not know that we were leaving. We had to find out on our own.
Ouch.
Yeah, so needless to say, when you're passing, you don't really want to give the torch.
Yeah, you don't want to give it up.
That's why there was a lot of behind the head shots, because Kat and I were boohooing the entire time. So yeah, it was very hurtful. It was a sad moment because we had I was on the show for 2 years.
Oh.
So it was longer than 9 months, and then we also did a movie together.
Yeah,
so they had really become my family.
Yeah.
And not knowing what was going to happen afterward, it was a very sad moment. So.
All right, this is another question for the birthday girl. When you guys did the movie, when you saw Rocky, the blue Zeo Ranger, when he fell off the ring, were you guys shocked?
No, because we read about it in the script. We knew he was going to fall, and we knew he was leaving the show. So no, we weren't shocked.
What about Jake Foster when you found out?
Justin?
Yeah.
When we found out Justin was going to be on the show, that there was going to be a kid, we were like, say what now? How was he going to morph? Like, are you going to get a kid stunt person? Because we had stunt guys. So we just needed to figure out how all of that was going to take place. So we were a bit taken back when we found out there was going to be a kid on the show, but Kat and I took on kind of like a motherly role, and he was like our little brother.
Because he was like sad that his mom died and his dad had to have another job or something.
Oh, his character.
Yeah, his character.
Yes, yeah.
That's how he felt.
Yeah, he was a foster kid, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Anytime.
Howdy.
Hi.
Good to see y'all again. This is my name's David.
David.
This is kind of a non-Power Rangers related question, but this is for all you guys. If you could choose one other property that would be like the pinnacle of your career, what would it be?
One other property?
What other property, show, movie,
That we've
like
been
Star
on
Wars
or that we'd want to be
something
on?
that you would want to be like the pinnacle.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I want to be a Marvel character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
For myself, I guess right now is I would love to be on Chicago Fire. 'Cause,
Okay, yeah.
I would love to be a fireman, but I'm terrified of heights. So, but that's a show that I've always wanted to be a part of. Where I
show.
could, I played a fireman on ER, but this new show is really cool. So anything to do with a fireman, my cousin's a fireman and I love him, and I think that that's one of the greatest jobs in the world. So
Awesome.
anything to do with a fireman, that would be my ideal job, I think.
Cool.
I would definitely be a Marvel character as well. I'm thinking, what is Scarlett Johansson's character?
Black Widow? Yeah.
Black Widow, or when I was little, I was Wonder Woman.
There you go.
Nobody could tell me anything different. I had my little whip, which was my belt. And if my brothers messed with me, then they were getting spanked. So, I know she's DC, but I think I'd want to be like Black Widow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
There's a scene in Kill Bill where Vivica Fox looks at Uma Thurman and says, "Black Mamba? I should have been Black Mamba." What's her name?
Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
I just wanted to, I know y'all have stunt doubles, but how much actually time did y'all spend like physically training, and how did you feel about it? Did you enjoy it? Was it,
No time at all. All I did was eat.
He came after all the awful training, the weeks of training. He came. He didn't have to do any of it.
You got to skip it.
He got none of it. It was
Wow.
terrible.
For me, it was awesome. So my stunt doubles did everything. Everything, literally.
We had 6 weeks of fight training for the Turbo movie, and I loved every bit of it. I love fighting. That was probably the best part of the show for Turbo season, because in Zio we didn't fight in civilian clothes, it was all our stunt guys, but Turbo we got to fight in our civilian clothes and in the movie, and it was the best.
If you could have chose, would you instead of having a stunt double, would you have chose to do that?
I didn't have all their moves, so no. And it would have taken much more longer to film the episodes if we were doing the stunts as well. So that's why they had two different, they'd be filming while we're filming, they'd be filming in a different location, yeah, so that we could finish the episode.
Okay.
And too, but the actual fighting training, that was cool. But the stunt training was not cool. The falling, the having to roll and all that, like project your body onto sharp objects and all that. That was not really fun. But the fighting, that
All right, thank you.
that was cool.
Thank you for your question.
Hi.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm up here to embarrass my kids because they didn't want me to come up here. But anyway, she asked my question, so I had to come up with another. First, happy birthday! Thank you for sharing it with us. And so my question is, well, first I'll tell you, I'm one of the moms that I will watch Power Rangers when my kids are at school. I don't care. I love Power Rangers. So, and it drives her crazy. But
So now you have to point out your kids to embarrass
right over there, the one that. So the question then is, do your kids, if you have them, or nieces, nephews, families, do they think you're as cool as we do?
Aww. I have two sons. I have a senior, he's 17, and a freshman who's 14.
You believe that? Does
Thank
she
you.
look like she does?
Aw, thank you.
I would think you would have little kids. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so they're they take advantage of the fact that their mom was on the show.
Okay.
Did they?
Yeah, well, with their friends. First they were like, no, I just want them to know me as, know you as Nolan's mom and Nyan's mom, because those are my, and then when they start asking for autographs, they were like, okay, Brandon wants to know if he can have autograph. Okay, yeah, I did tell him you were a Power Ranger. So they kind of do it in a shy way where they try to pretend like it's not cool, but behind the scenes, they pretend like it is. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Kaden,
Hi, Kaden.
who was your favorite Power Ranger when you was a kid?
Well,
when we were kids, there was no Power Rangers. we were the Power Rangers when, you know, when
The
it
show
first
wasn't on,
started.
yeah.
So, and we're almost the same age, so, you know, when she was filming, was I in college too, I think, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're a little older, honey.
Sorry. Do you have a favorite Power Ranger? No. Sorry. Thank you for the question, though.
What was your favorite top 3 villains to fight?
Oh, that's a good question.
Rita Repulsa.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Diva Tox. And Lord Zed for me.
Wow, yeah. Very cool. Ours are not as cool, though. Master Org had us all tied up, right? You know, he had us tied up, and then we had all that goop on us. That he was pretty. Yeah, but fighting him, he kind of fought dirty. So, but we had some fun ones. We had like the cell phone Org. He was so annoying. He was kind of annoying. Jim Drax, he was cool. You like him? Yeah. Yeah, he was a little bit. Toxica, she's awesome. Yeah.
Toxica.
They were a very naughty pair, weren't they? Always causing trouble.
I think Jim Drax had a crush on Toxico.
Really? Think?
How he felt.
Too bad they're not here. We can ask them.
Thank you, honey.
And one more thing, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question. I saw the Super Mega Force season finale. How come you guys weren't in it with the other Rangers?
Yeah, we'd like to know that too.
There's so many Rangers to choose from, to be perfectly honest. I mean, there's, what, 25, almost 25 years of Power Rangers. You have to kind of sift through and sort through. I know that...
Can you write to them and ask them to put us in the next one?
I know that for that one, they had sent out a lot of offers to people.
Yeah.
And then out of those offers, they needed to choose who they wanted to be on the show. So that's kind of how that one worked. We'll see what the future holds.
Yes.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
And happy birthday.
Thank you! More questions? It's so quiet. So quiet
You
here.
guys sleepy?
Right there.
I don't need a mic.
Okay.
For the concept of Power Rangers, knowing that not only is it entertaining, but it also has these hidden values to teach kids through the show as well. Do you think sometimes that it's a little too subtle at moments to really convey a good message? Or do you think it's like the perfect way for kids to learn these values through something that they admire as much as Power Rangers while they're growing up? From the old seasons that they watch on Netflix now to all the new ones that they're producing even today.
I mean, I personally think that it's what you said towards the end, you know, you don't want to shove anything down anybody's throat. You send the message out, and I think the people that need that message or take a certain message and go with it, that's what's important. You don't ever want to, as a hero, as a person that someone looks up to you, I wouldn't want to impose any of my views or shove anything down anybody's throat. I would hope that through the things I do, you take what you need and what's positive out of it, and you move forward from there.
I have, in doing conventions, I have had many people come to the table and tell me how Power Rangers changed their lives. How the messages and the bullying and the, how some of them were being bullied, and how Power Rangers taught them to stand up for themselves, how it encouraged them to take martial arts, how they start looking at themselves in a different way. So I think through the public service announcements that we had, and then a lot of the episodes that had messages about self-esteem and bullying and so forth, really spoke to a lot of people. So I think that the way that they incorporated those messages within the episodes, I think they worked best, I think. everything can always be changed or bettered in the future. It is really too quiet, for real.
I'm gonna ask you guys for a huge favor, because I think they're getting ready to wrap it up, but before we do, I would love it if as many people as calmly as possible could all come here, and I would love for all three of us to take a selfie with you guys in the back. That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you guys
Did you
would
have
love
another
to-
question, love?
If you can do that.
One more question.
Oh, there's another
Yes.
For sure.
Can we all sing happy birthday to you?
Yeah! Can we sing happy birthday to the Kia? To our Yellow Ranger?
You guys are too sweet.
Happy birthday to
Wait, okay, wait, I have to record, wait! Wait!
social media.
Come on, everybody get in so we can, you too.
Oh, wait, are you guys singing or are we taking a picture?
Oh, yeah.
Let's sing. Okay.
Oh, we're gonna sing first?
Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Oh, no, here, let me see.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nakia. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, that was
Get in here,
sweet.
guys.
Can I ask one last question?
Everybody get in as much people as we can get in here.
You can even make a pose.
Yes, come get in the picture.
Yeah, in here. All right, awesome.
See you later. Thanks so much.